Hello everybody and welcome. I'm Luke Bradnam from radio station Hot Tomato, here to review everything that's happened in rugby league over the past week and preview the 8 NRL games that are coming up this weekend. Jase from Sports HQ will join us in just a moment and we'll go through those 8 games and see if we can't tip you a couple of winners. The big news throughout the course of the week, of course, State of Origin on Wednesday night. Great game, depending on who you support. The big thing for me, I think, was the 3D TV evolution. If you haven't seen State of Origin or rugby league on a 3D TV yet, you're dead set missing out. I went to a mate's place and had my first experience with it, and I've got to say, it's absolutely sensational. Couple of downsides with it though. First of all, you've got to wear those sunglasses. You look like a little bit of a tool bag. And the other thing is when the action is over and you're at half time and they're doing like their halftime wrap up or the post game wrap up of the whole thing, when you get a full close up shot of Gus Gould in 3D, it's a little bit hard to take. I had a look at this guy, and in 2D, it's not a pretty picture. In 3D, my television set threw up. So that's just a word of warning for you. The other big news in rugby league this week was, of course, Ricky Stuart leaving the Sharks. Ricky has called an end to his tenure there as the coach of the Cronulla Sharks. He's called it an end 1 year early from his contract. And it's a big surprise to everybody, me in particular, because didn't he look so happy coaching the Cronulla Sharks over the past couple of seasons? The most miserable man on the face of the planet. And now, if you're a Brisbane Bronco fan, the news gets even worse because they're saying that Ricky may come to the Brisbane Broncos. Could you imagine if you're a player that's been at the Broncos for many, many years under the stewardship of Wayne Bennett, and finally you get rid of Wayne and you think, thank God, hopefully now we're going to get someone exciting, and you get Ricky Stuart to replace him. What have the Brisbane Broncos done wrong? Just finally, with regards to the split round, the past couple of weeks we've had a couple of split rounds, which I get, we need them, blah, blah, blah. The boys need to get rested and the State of Origin, I get why we need the split round. But why did the NRL do it so that all the Queensland teams play in the first week of the split round, and then there's no Queensland teams in the following week? Mix it up so there's a Queensland team for us to watch each week. I watched last week, I'm flicking around trying to find a game that I could get interested in. Cronulla, blah, 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 Parramatta, I'm looking, there's Warriors and Canberra. Who do you cheer for in that? I end up cheering for the referee. It's awful. We've got 8 games this weekend, which is fantastic. Let's get Jase from Sports HQ to join us right now and see if we can tip you a winner. Joined by Jase from Sports HQ. Jase, how are things down there?
Yeah, pretty good.
Hey, what's happening this weekend? Let's get into it. Let's see if we can tip the perfect round. St George and Parramatta. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, look, it's a good game, this one. Last time these guys played, Jaren Hay put on a masterclass. Around 27 last year. Last 10 matches, 6-4 head-to-head. So it's a tough one, but you always got to be nervous tipping against a consistent team like the Dragons and inconsistent like the Eels. It's hard to go. So we'll go the Dragons on this one. Okay, and next up, what have we got there? West Tigers and... I can't even read this. I've got the worst eyes. Yeah, go for it.
West Tigers and the Warriors. You've got to go the Tigers, surely. Benji's back on fire.
Well, Warriors is like, don't pick them, whatever you do. You pick them, they lose. You don't pick them, they win. So on that case, you'll go for the Tigers. But just to make it even more nervous, Warriors have got a better head-to-head record and have won all 3 games at Campbelltown Stadium, believe it or not. But, yeah, I'll go with you. Tigers have got to win that one for sure.
This guy is a walking encyclopedia of rugby league knowledge. We've got the Cronulla Sharks up against the Brisbane Broncos. It's a slam dunk, right? Broncos.
Should be.
Yep.
But I'm nervous.
Right.
In fact, I'll tip the Sharks. They've won the last 3 at Toyota Park against the Broncos, again, somehow. They got pumped every other time. However, the Toyota Park, Ricky Stuart sort of thing during the week, as you mentioned, I'm going to go Sharks. An upset. I think the Sharks might build some momentum.
They might actually have a bit of team spirit now because they're going, thank God we've got rid of miserable Ricky. There's a reason to celebrate. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
They reckon the board at the Sharks is better than Ricky, so imagine that.
Well, you think about it from a player's point of view. I'm being quite serious now. It can't be fun being under that regime of Ricky Stuart. The board don't like Ricky. Ricky doesn't seem like a fun guy to be around, so maybe there will be. Maybe the boys will come out and be on fire.
They might just open up and let loose.
Okay, we've got the Cowboys. Who are the Cowboys up against?
We've got Cowboys v Manly. Up in Dairy Farmer Stadium.
Yep, good game.
Again, yeah, interesting. Like State of Origin comebacks from Thurston. Again, he usually bounces back well from rep games. Head-to-head's interesting. Actually, NQ, the Cowboys have got a better record. which is surprising to me.
Have you noticed that Jonathan Thurston has shaved the beard off? He's had the stubble going. You have the very sexy stubble going here too at the moment. But
Not quite gorilla style yet, though.
Jonathan Thurston's had that sort of Keanu Reeves style beard going for quite some time. He's clean shaven now. It almost looks like he's trying to become prefect of the Origin side. Do you read anything into that, Jase? You're a man that knows everything.
He wasn't getting the women for sure.
Right,
it was terrible.
It was for aesthetic reasons. Okay, so you're tipping, Manly
yeah,
Cowboys?
I'll go get Cowboys. Cowboys at
Cowboys?
home, yeah. They're underdogs there, so good odds. We'll go with Cowboys.
Okay, I do. I apologise, folks. I'm not making this up. I have the worst eyesight in the world, and I cannot read these games, so I need to come up here to find out who the next one is.
Storm versus?
Is it Storm?
That's it.
Okay, Melbourne Storm. Who are we going for there?
Yeah, Storm playing the Dogs in Melbourne. Look, Bulldogs coming off a Monday night loss, and Storm having 4 or 5 guys in State of Origin bouncing back. So it's a tough one from that point of view. Storm have won 5 of the last 6 games they head-to-head.
Right.
So we'll just sort of roll with Storm to hopefully they care this week. That's the issue, isn't it? But
is that what you put it down to the other week when they lost against Canberra, that they don't care?
Oh, it's just the motivation levels when you're buggered. You know,
Right.
when there's 10 to go in the first half and 10 to go in the second half, and you know that you're not playing for much.
Sure.
They've just played State of Origin, that it's been picked. So, do they care that much this week? Obviously, pride comes in, and there's no doubt that they're shirking the task. But when it comes to the crunch, you just don't know sometimes, do you?
And folks, let me tell you that he tipped 2 out of 8 the other week, so the guy knows what he's talking about.
On fire.
The next game, I can't even read that, Jase.
I'll go with you, mate. South versus Panthers.
Oh, the Penny Panthers. Who would have thought that they would be on top of the table, equal with the Titans at this stage?
They're going good, aren't they?
I've always thought that Matt Elliott is a little bit of a knob. I haven't liked the guy, but he has got those guys on fire at the moment, and I'm hopping on the Penny Panther bandwagon.
Oh, I'm joining you. I watched them closely just on the Monday night game, and their halves are slick. Luke Walsh and Travis Burns are putting the ball on the chest of the guys. They're moving forward. Kevin Kingston at number 9's getting the big boys going forward, and you've got Michael Gordon, ex-Gold Coast boy in the wing.
Is he? Ex-Gold Coast boy?
Yeah, Tweed Heads boy.
Is he really?
He's killing them.
I'll tell you what, if there was...
Leading point scorer of the comp, he's killing them.
I'm a parochial Gold Coaster, but if there was a city of origin, forget about state of origin, but a city of origin, we're talking about Benny Hannett would be a Gold Coaster, Benji Marshall, a previous Gold Coast schoolboy here at Kebra Park, and now, Michael.
You got Benny Teo and the Broncos, Kebra Park boy.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that with you. Tee up City of Origin. You're going to be a very busy man.
Go.
Titans and the Roosters, speaking of the Gold Coast, who are you going for in this one?
Well, Titans have won the last 3 head-to-head. The margins have been real tight. Roosters get Mitchell Pearce back, which will sort of bounce them, and Astor will get a bit of feed off him. But can you tip against the Titans at home?
I can.
You can?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah? Well, you'll lose, I'll say. So Titans will get the cash.
You're saying the Roosters. And is that it? Is that the weekend of tipping for us?
That's it. Let's check out Farmers Flutter, hey?
Let's do it.
Rightio, guys. This week's Farmers Flutter. Last week I consulted my 4-year-old son Sullivan. No good, turfed him. Got the upset up, but the Eels let us down miserably. So I've actually studied hard this week, and we've come up with 3. We've got Cronulla Sharks to beat the Broncos. I'm going to back up my upset tip, and we'll back them into North Queensland to beat Manly at home. And we'll finish off on the Monday night game with Titans to beat the Roosters. That's got a healthy dividend for us. If you have a look there, we've got a bit over $860 return for the $100 wager. So whatever you do, tell the missus, don't go out shopping, just give me that $100. I'll give you back 4 later. Get on.
Well, there you have it, folks. Farmers Flutter for this week. Sorry, Jase, how many of those have you actually got up so far?
Yeah, 0 from 4, but we're looking good this week. I think we'll go well. Get on.
Why wouldn't you take his advice? That's fantastic stuff. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've learnt some things. Hope you get 8 out of 8. I hope that you also have a win, Jase. It would be timely.
Yes,
it's about time. Until then, everybody, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.